thought it was our best overall performance from start to finish. Outside of I would say the 10 to 15 minutes after Julie got hurt, I thought we were in control of the game, at least for what we wanted to be doing. It was nice Jen had a really good week of training. Jen's been working hard to get back into form. So it was great for her to get that first one. And then the second one was a class finish. We'll definitely, to echo her point, be disappointed about giving away the goal late. We made three poor choices that led up to the penalty kick. And, if you give Kim, you don't want to give Kim any chances, let alone a free one from 12 yards away. So definitely our best performance, but still scratching the surface of what we're going to be when it's all said and done.
Your defense gave up 3 goals in the opener.
We did.
Until the penalty, what was different? They adjusted to run that virtually 5 games.
We just had a lot of players that weren't in form. We had a lot of players that hadn't played since we lost in the semis to Kansas City. Credit to Houston on that day because they were better than we were on the day. We made 2 big mistakes in the game, and they punished us for both of them. And in some of our previous games in that stretch, we still, we gave up a penalty to Boston. We had 2 headers off the line on a corner kick. We've given away some chances. We just haven't gotten punished, which is kind of ironic because we really didn't give away any good chances tonight and got scored on. So that's how it kind of balances out throughout the course of the season, I think.
Seattle, it doesn't lose here all that often. What do you think it is that makes it so difficult to play here, and what does it say about your team that you're able to come in to Memorial and get a result?
Well, I want to be very clear. The Seattle team that we played today isn't going to be the Seattle team that's the end product when it's all said and done. You lose one big piece, you lose Megan before the season starts, that's hard. Then you lose Jess, who I think is the best box-to-box player in the league. Hope's not here tonight, although I thought Kottmeyer was fantastic. That save she made on press a shot to push that off the crossbar is probably the best save I've seen in my 4 years in the league. But Hope's obviously a different presence, a different calming thing back there. So the Seattle team, when they find form and get healthy, are going to close gaps and come back like they always do. It's hard to play here because the field is fast and the field is narrow. And Laura did a really good job after the beginning of that first part of the first year of recognizing what she wanted to have quality-wise, and then went out and got the players. None of their backs are great, but they're all good, and they're all good on the ball, which for this field and the way Laura wants to play makes sense. We'll take credit for Keelan since we made the trade to bring Keelan here, but Keelan's a perfect 6 for how they want to play. She's good on the ball. She can ball win. She organizes. Her soccer IQ is very high. Jess's soccer IQ is extremely high. Kim's soccer IQ is arguably the highest in the league. And then I think 2 of the forwards are extremely underrated and do very well regardless of where they get put. So just think that their team is good. They have a good quality about them. They have a good way they play, and they have a lot of belief in themselves, and they have a lot of belief in Laura and what she's trying to do. So we'll definitely take the 3 points and not look back, but we're not naive enough to think that we came in here and beat the CLR Reign team of last year. We caught them on the right weekend, and we put in a good performance. And when they come into Chicago and they're healthy, it'll be a different game and different elements.
Last year you had 8 internationals and a lot of the absences, and this year a much younger roster. Yet you've drawn 13 points out of your last 15. What is it that's working with this young team?
Well, I think last year we had a great roster. If it was a 10-month season and we were playing in multiple competitions, because we had 20 players that could all play. I think that hurt us a little bit at the end of the year because we had 20 players that could all play. And we had a lot of veteran players that weren't playing. So the decision in the offseason was the core group of players that we had during the World Cup last year that we got on a run with are the ones that we held on to, plus Julie and Kristen. Worked very hard to get Alyssa. So I think the reason for the success is that the young players that we have are like sponges, and they're sucking up a ton of information. I think the second part is that Kristen and Julie have evolved into better leaders than I ever could have hoped for. That was the big question mark coming into the season, right? You lose Choops, you lose Boxy, who's your captain? So Kristen's never been in a position in playing that she had to be responsible for anything other than scoring. Right? She kind of isolates herself up there. She floats around. She does her thing. Her team wins. She goes home. Her growth this year has been enormous for us. And Kristen and Julie and Alyssa got in 3 days before the Houston game. So we trained one time with them, went in. So it's just been a process to put it all back together. So we'll see you next week because they leave again. So Katie's gotten 2 games because Julie's been off. Michelle obviously had the best goals against average in the league last year. Will step in for Alyssa. And if, between Sophia and Jen, we feel pretty good about those 2 going into the high spaces. So it's just a good group that works really hard and likes each other and just keeps trying to get better.